I do vow to.
I vow that my love is strong.
I do vow to.
I vow that I will love no other.
I do. My God, Stanley, I feel like one of the Shirelles.
My bullhorn. Oh, this is the only thing I have left from my one day as a mountain rangerette. Hey, you! Get out of the pass. This is avalanche country. What about this? You still want this old camera? Where did you find that? That was Charlie's camera. And it's...
To draw names out of a hat. And that way each of us only has to buy one gift.
But Dorothy, I love shopping and I love giving gifts. And besides, if we draw names out of a hat, whose names are they going to be anyway? Plastic surgeon.
What does that have to do with it?
Oh, she promised everyone a discount on liposuction. 2 cheeks for the price of one.
That's what swung it for Nixon in '68.
Hi, Sophia. I thought you'd be on your way to Cancun by now.
Me too.
Ma, what's wrong with you? You've been leaving the toilet seat up all week.
Thank God. I thought I was losing weight.
Oh, girls, I have great news. I just talked to my daughter, Janet.
Making a drum?
I guess you could.
Milk or lemon?
Scotch.
Forget it, Ma.
What are you saving me for?
Okay, Rose. Audit people. It doesn't mean there's a problem.
There's a problem.
Oh, that's too bad. Pass the meatballs.
Dorothy, I take total blame for this. I know it's a bummer, but no matter what comes down, we're in this together, babe. Of course, I won't know until we actually reconstruct our finances, but the way I figure it, we probably have to pay a small fee.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Unless we get...
Right here on the stage. Pardon me? Oh. I'm sorry, that was just an ad lib.
Blanche Devereaux?
Just a moment. Well, whatever. Have you seen my gun?
No.
Well, damn. What's the point of wearing this if I've got nothing to put in it?
I say the same thing every morning when I put on my bra.
Blanche, why are you dressed like that?
Because I am going to an authentic Texas-style barbecue. And my date, suppose all the greats knew this feeling. And the thing is, after all this, I've decided not to sell my book. It's too good to sell. They can publish it after I'm dead, like Vincent van Gogh.
Van Gogh was a painter, Blanche.
Whatever, it's all the same thing.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? I'm putting clam sauce in my suitcase.
Ma, I think they serve a snack on the flight.
You kill me.
Ma, why are you taking all this food to Phil's?
Because the only time your brother's wife goes into the kitchen, it's to...
Friend, right here with me. I need you in my life, Rose.
You need each other. Stay, Rose. This is your family now.
Well, we do have a lot in common.
Yeah. You're both natural brunettes. Well, it looks like she's been around the block more times than a good humor man.
Hold my purse. Those are fighting words.
Stop it, all of you. What difference does it make that Lorraine's a little long in the tooth and Michael's a skinny white boy? Can't you see they love each other?
And all our grape stompers are ravaged by an outbreak of athlete's foot. Soon the Chianti has a green hue and tastes like Desenex. They call in Sicily's foremost podiatrist, Bruno Bonafide. Gray. These are black. I look like Buddy Holly.
You are. You get in the kitchen and eat your slop before I spank that little pink fanny.
All right, I'm going. Oh, Oh, sorry. That's the way they used to call us for dinner at the home.
Psychiatry is not a science.
Then why did you suggest I see one?
Because what you have is not scientific. What else was I going to do? Send you to New Mexico to a shaman? There's nothing wrong with you, Dorothy, except what happens to all of us. In case you haven't noticed, you're not 30. Take a cruise, Dorothy.
That reminds me, I gotta give Charlie Milburn a call.
If this cake reminds you of Charlie Milburn, we could both give him a call. Rose, how...
Mental problem. The fact is, when you take an animal out of its natural environment, it's not uncommon for it to have a hard time adjusting to new surroundings.
Are you trying to tell us that that pig is dying of homesickness?
In a way, yes. My recommendation is to get him back to the farm. Once he's home, he should do a lot better.
Thanks, fall back, but your chest does too. Unfortunately, it falls back and off to the side.
Well, it's too late to do anything until morning. We might as well get some sleep.
I can't sleep. I'm wound up tighter than the girdle on a bag.
Ma, you are a citizen.
That's right, Dorothy. As far as we know, I am a citizen of the U.S. of A. Home of presidents like Ford, Lincoln. Help me out here, Dorothy.
Bush, Ma.
And Reagan.
Minute, he changed his mind, which surprised me because mice aren't usually fickle. But this mouse is an odd duck.
Rose, how many head wounds have you had? Hi, Ma. Hey, what is that smell?
The sweet smell of success. It's my new entry in the cooking contest. Veal Parmesan, my luckiest dish. It saved my marriage once. Before you begin, I want to tell you something. I'm no novice when it comes to major negotiations.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sicily, 1922. An attractive peasant girl who has saved her lira embarks on a glorious vacation to a Crimean... Come on.
Why didn't you tell me it was Father Leahy?
Well, I assumed you knew.
No, I didn't. I mean, frankly, I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah, well, me too. Well, what difference does it make? We can still be...
St. Patrick, my backup pair can take a lot more punishment.
Well, you made a complete fool of yourself.
Oh, yeah, we'll just wait and see who gets the part.
Could I have everyone's attention, please? We had to make a few very difficult choices, but remember, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
What a beautiful wedding, and Ma, nothing went wrong.
A curse doesn't work in a church. Too many statues. Give it...
As you've said the same thing to me just that way ever since I was in the 3rd grade. That's sweet.
It's not sweet. It's pathetic. 52 years and you never stopped off anywhere. Get a life. So did you teach anybody anything today?
Well, I tried, but it seems...
Brave.
Too late, Ma. Good night.
I always wanted to try new things, see new places. But before I had a chance to do something like hop a tramp steamer, I met up with a lady by the name of Elizabeth Ann Bennett. She had the cutest little smile, tiniest button nose, and the most incredible...
For dinner.
Rose, I'm not psychic. I just know Stan's idea of a night on the town.
You know, actually, it wasn't so bad. I kind of enjoyed myself. Well, I didn't have to work to impress him, and he knew he didn't have a prayer of impressing me, so we just kind of relaxed and had fun. We're doing it again tomorrow night.
She's an idiot. I've got the perfect example. Dorothy was on her summer vacation looking for a part-time job. So she asks Rose to put her ad in the classifieds. Well, that was a mistake to begin with right away.
Rose, it is not here.
Look again, it has to be.
Rose, I have read every want ad in the paper. Mine is not here. Are you sure you dropped?
Oh, I've been tinkering with the heater trying to get it to work.
Oh, Rose, you're a genius.
Boy, that's a sentence you don't hear every day.
She's working great now, except for one little thing. I turned the air conditioner on instead of the heater, and now it won't go off.
Great! Now it's going to be colder inside than it is outside.
I think...
And the happy Christmases. All those things happened, Stanley, and because they happened, I deserve better than a stinking phone call from my husband's legal representative. You had a choice, Stanley, and you took the easy way out, and it was a rotten thing to do. And you fell for that old excuse.
Has either of you girls seen Marguerite?
She's not here yet.
I wish you'd look at this. She melted my buttons with the iron. Now I'll never be able to open my blouse again.
A dark day in the history of mankind.
We're having dinner on Saturday.
I really appreciate this. You're meeting my mother.
Hey, you want to get married?
You mean instead of meeting my mother?
No, we can do both.
It's kind of sudden.
Adlai Stevenson and Adlai Stevenson.
Why are there two Adlai Stevensons?
Oh, Blanche, isn't it obvious he lost twice? Oh, God, it's making sense.
The girls, come on. From the other side of the train, we'll be able to see Lake Lusenbaden.
Well, what's that?
Because there was so much pain, I didn't think it would ever go away. But it did. And it will again. You get through it. You go on. When it comes right down to it, what other choice do we have? It could have been a lot worse. I could have missed these last 3 years. Dorothy, are you all right?
If you're both going, I'm going too. I have just as much chance of winning as you do.
You have done some good work, Dorothy. But not enough people like you. Sorry.
Bob, what do you think? Do I have a chance of winning?
Absolutely. As long for a couple of hours. If I had asked, would you have said yes? No. There you go.
That is why Blanche ran out of gas. You'd been driving her car, hadn't you?
You know how embarrassing it is to drive a car with a bumper sticker that says, so many men, so little time?
Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen. Does Dorothy get the job or not?
Oh, sure, I don't care.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Allen. I hope I can live up to your expectations.
It's incredible. You know why she's in the other room starting to clear up. We can't let her do that.
Oh, you're right. Come on. She's done enough for one night.
Ma, now listen, you're...
Oh, boy. I ate too much congealy.
What's the matter?
I got a bubble.
Why are you rubbing your chest?
The bubble is... Thanks for the Medicare. For Blue Cross and Blue Shield. For a hip that finally healed. Remember, on prescriptions, generic is a...
It's better as a teaching priest at St. Helens instead of a parish priest here. Well, we're going to miss you around here.
Look, I know priests are men and they have urges. What is it, lust? It'll pass. I do without you. Get used to it. Get cable TV.
Señor Bill, por favor. Mi hijo tiene fiebre y es solamente un bebé.
Excuse me. Here. You give your son this every 4 hours. And if his fever doesn't go down, you take him to see El Doctor Siegel at 11th and Lincoln.
Gracias.
De nada.
Violet! Oh, Rose, I'm sore because I was using your exocycle.
I'm talking about this picture.
Oh, my God. Where did you find this? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. My hair, it looks like a helmet.
Blanche!
It's all bunched up and...
Say that the cause of death was a stab wound inflicted by a steak knife. We know Miss Devereaux had steak for dinner. Given these facts, unless somebody has something else, we got enough to make an arrest.
My, Mr. Officer, I do declare your sweet words could charm the morning dew right off the honeysuckle. Oh, that's funny. Hey, that is really funny. I mean, that is funny.
It's even funnier the second time. Ditto. Sorry, Dorothy.
Yes, with my imagination, my life is a romance novel.
Your life is a sports page.
Listen, tell me I can't do better than this in my sleep. He grabbed her. She could feel his fingers pressing into her moist flesh. Her heart was pounding, her loins on fire.
My job. As far as I'm concerned, you're just another patient. A monk with my nose.
Rose, I realize this is a lot for you to deal with all of a sudden. You must have so many questions.
Just one, actually. Will you be having the halibut or the chicken Kiev?
Isn't Blanche going to help? No, she still won't come out of her room. Oh, she's never been in her room that long.
Except for that time with the lifeguard. Now, she must really be depressed.
She'll cheer up when the minks come. If they come from Neiman Marcus.
Did Stan ever get you a mink coat?
Stan wouldn't get a pup.
Of someone I used to know a long time ago. I was cloistered in a small monastery in St. Olaf, Minnesota.
Where every spring the ducks return?
If we remember to throw out the corn, You know it?
Well, I know it very well. I was born and raised in St. Olaf.
Well, this is...
In New York, you think he has time to write letters home?
Hi, Grandma.
Don't hi me. You can't pick up a phone and call your own grandmother?
You look terrific, Grandma.
I know. So give me a kiss already.
Honey, I want you to meet my dear friend Blanche. Blanche, this is my son, Michael.
I would get up, but I've thrown my back totally out of whack. George, just back from Dallas, surprised me with the most beautiful diamond earrings. I love him so much it takes my breath away. Ours is a love so pure, so complete, it'll outlast time itself. I'll have the earrings appraised next week. See, that proves it.
Oh, Dorothy, push the doorbell.
The door's open.
I know, but push it anyway. All that was left were a few deposit slips and a pen with a chain attached to it floating in the muck.
Amazing.
My story?
No, my patience at this hour. Can we get on with this?
Okay. I'll go first.
Bad, I never really liked it much anyway. It's just that my grandmother gave this to me on her deathbed. She was very, very sick for a very, very long time. I loved her very, very much.
Blanche, why don't you just grind the broken piece?
I can't believe you. Where do you get your nerve?
Ironically, from Uncle Lucas. Sophia!
Me? You come to me, a matriarch, the head of a family? To me, Blanche, family is everything. There's nothing higher than family. Family I will always, without...
Professor Cooper.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Well, if I might have a minute of your time. Of course, if now's not convenient, I can...
No, please. I'm all ears.
Don't sell yourself short.
I don't think my mother was planning on using the suntan lotion on the chicken. What do you mean you've made that mistake before?
President Bush is coming to dedicate the new senior citizen center down the street. The motorcade goes right by here.
So?
So, all the neighbors on the block will be out on their lawns. It'll be 100 degrees out.
They said they could stop it if they could sacrifice the town's dumbest virgin. I don't know why I raised my hand. It must have just been the excitement of the moment. But they said the only have a ball. Of course, the only problem was that our town theater was designed for silent movies.
They never put in a sound system?
No. Luckily, our school teacher, Miss Sigerson, was an expert lip reader. She'd do all the dialogue. Although there were some problems sometimes. Through most of Citizen Kane...
Who's your Uncle Morris?
There's a whole school of thought that says he's a wrathful God.
Yeah, well, that would explain your hair. Stanley, pay attention. No date tonight.
Okay, I guess I'll just have to go through my life without you in it.
Stanley, I am in it. We're busy.
Always had dry bottoms but wet T-shirts because I always forgot to point the little ooh-hoo south.
You know, I didn't even think about that until Michael was at least 6 months old.
Oh, what's an ooh-hoo?
Nightmares, you know, monsters in the closet, and you'd always let me sleep in your room. You remember, Ma? And I remember how you and Pop would get me to stop crying. You'd put your arms around me and kiss me and say, as long as you're in my arms, everything's going to be okay.
Your pop sure made everyone laugh when he made the little feet dance.
Rose, how did your date go?
Oh, Dorothy, you were absolutely right. It was better than I could have dreamed.
People with money is how we got things done in New York. In Sicily, you cut off a horse's head and put it in somebody's bed. Oh, Sophia, you're making that up. Like hell. Our garbage commissioner, Fredo Lombardi, went on strike once. He woke up the next morning sharing a pillow with National Velvet. I'm afraid of the storm. 3 o'clock in the morning, she knocks on my door, crying, begging, pleading to get into bed with me. Just like your father used to do before we got married.
So what did you do?
I told him, you're not getting anything till you put a ring on my finger and a donkey in my father's barn.
Not Pop.
One, day or night.
My car. Oh!
Boy, you had me going there for a second. I thought you meant he was suing me. Woo! What?
Blanche, Rose may be taken to court for something that you did. Don't you even care? Welcome back, sweetheart.
It all happened so fast. He grabbed her. She bit him. He stuffed her in his calamari wagon and sped away. And that, dear grandchildren, is how my parents met.
Hello, everybody. Is there somewhere we could be alone?
Well, can't it wait till after dinner?
No.
All right, I'm flexible. But of course you know that already.
No. I want to ask you something now.
Oh, Blanche, this is Dr. Jonathan Newman.
Get out of here. But Dorothy, he's
a little early, yes, but we're delighted to see him.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, Rose. You're looking lovely. I mean, I can't believe that something as insignificant as a leaky faucet could bring all these bad thoughts about myself.
It's a very serious thing, Dorothy.
Mom, what can I do about it?
Try changing the washer.
Ma, I'm talking about my negative thinking.
I know what you're talking about. Remember what your cousin Fred...
Of course, Rose. You know, like windshield wipers.
So they work.
I assume so, yes.
Babe, mum's a word. He's in the shower, right? Hey, yo, Ted.
Stanley, your brother isn't here.
Where is he?
Well, how should I know? He left last night around 11:30.
That doesn't make sense.
You're telling me?
Oh, this is strange.
You're making this up.
I am not. My grandfather told me that story. Of course, he also used to call me by my sister's name. And sometimes he'd wear his underwear on the outside of his pants. I guess he wasn't a very...
Honey, how'd it go?
Not so good. I looked all day and came up with nothing. I'm beat.
Oh, honey, come on, sit down, relax. Can I get you a sardine sandwich?
Maybe later. I knew it'd be rough looking for a job, but not this rough. You did.
As you've said the same thing to me just that way ever since I was in the 3rd grade. That's sweet.
It's not sweet. It's pathetic. 52 years and you never stopped off anywhere. Get a life. So did you teach anybody anything today?
Well, I tried, but it seems...
Dorothy, it was great. Thanks for the hospitality. Sophia, girls, take care.
Stan, just a minute. I'd like to talk to you.
Well, sure, okay.
Now, let's go where we can have some privacy.
Flowers that year because of what happened to old man Smith. He was our town florist. He was also our town's only blacksmith. Come to think of it, he was our town's only black man. Anyway, when he first moved in, the town council decided to give him a traditional Scandinavian welcome, gathering on his
Came in the window, and it was Rheingold.
What was so strange about that?
Rheingold. Rheingold was Sal's favorite beer. He was always walking around the apartment singing that damn jingle, "My beer is Rheingold, the dry beer."
Think of Rheingold whenever you buy beer.
It's not bitter, not...
Time since I've done this, and I'm sorry. You have given me a lot to be thankful for. My wonderful children, my health, a beautiful body, legs to die for. A face that is stunningly sexy and yet has the...
Have any talent for the talent show, the whole thing's going to be a disaster. I'll be the laughing stock of the ladies' auxiliary.
Would it help if I got Bob Hope to be our MC?
How are you going to get Bob Hope?
Easy. He's my father.
The chambermaid. He always had the sign on the door, maid service requested. He slept with everyone. Secretaries, school teachers, babysitters, neighbors, friends. One Easter, we gave our little boy some rabbits. They used to look at Al in amazement.
No fun being stood up, is it?
Listen, mister, if you're looking for a quick score because you think I'm down, then you can just think again.
As a matter of fact, I was looking for a little sympathy. Got stood up myself tonight.
Really?
Cross my heart. What's left of it.
I was going through. You know, like when Clay was in high school, all he ever wanted to do was go see gladiator movies. It's the same kind of thing.
Almost exactly. Rose, honey, congratulations. I hear you've been nominated again for the Volunteer of the Year award.
Yup.
Hey, what's this? I thought I canceled the flowers. I mean, it looks nice.
Sophia, you've got to stop this. Now, you're hurting Dorothy. Don't you love her?
Of course I love her.
Well, then why are you doing this?
Because Goomba. All right, now you kids go out, have fun. I won't wait up. Do anything you want to her.
Will do.
Well, Mel Bushman is picking me up in 15 minutes.
Blanche George called again. Hi, Abby.
Oh, good. You're here. I've got to talk to you.
Me too, and I really want you to listen. What?
I'm sorry, I just can't get over how flabby this is.
Anyway, you know the station manager? Well, he called me today, and there is this rumor that you're not gonna...
Excuse me, Abby. I'd like... What are you wearing, Blanche?
Oh, I'll probably just grab some dazzling little number from my closet that these people have not been privileged to see. Maybe the red sequin strapless, backless, low-cut mini.
Why don't you just tie a scarf around your waist?
But my second cousin Arlen did it.
I think we'd better try another question.
I am exhausted. I went to at least a dozen ticket brokers today. They all told me the only way I'm going to get tickets is to go to a scalper.
Oh, forget it. The only sights we're seeing is the empty parking lot behind the mall.
I already showed him that.
Wait a minute, I have an idea. Blanche, you're free. Why don't you take Sven around?
I don't think I feel like sightseeing.
Oh, it might do you good, Blanche.
I know it'll do you good, and it's certainly a lot healthier than sitting here in the house. Oh, hi, Rose. Out of the closet, I see.
Yeah, I'm back.
Look, I got a card from Ma.
Oh, Dorothy, read it out loud.
Dear Pussycat, I have everything I need, but it's hard to get a decent bikini waxed.
Oh, I was going to keep on smiling.
Rose, you're sick as a dog. How could you be so disgustingly cheerful?
It's my folks' medicine book. It has the most wonderful hot toddy recipe. Here, taste.
Rose, this stuff should have an octane rating.
I want to make a confession. I've never told this to another living soul, but I'm not perfect.
Blanche.
No, I mean it. Look in my left eye. What do you see?
Well, there's a little sleep crust in the corner.
Honey, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Oh, Rose, honey, can you ever forgive us?
Well, it all depends. Will you believe what I say from now on, even if it isn't what you want to hear?
Oh, of course we will.
Will you believe me when I tell you that somebody...
Yeah. Figured after 38 years, you deserve something major. Listen, I know we've had our differences, but you've always stuck by me when it really counted. I'll always love you for that, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you, Stanley. Stanley, what are all these deductions for a court?
1958. No, that's not it. I don't believe it. I'm dry. I got nothing.
It's okay, Mom.
No, it's not. I feel like Tommy Lasorda should be standing by the bed waving to the bullpen.
Ma, don't let it bother you.
Well, I just can't leave you hanging.
Rose, it's not that funny.
I know. I think I better keep the lid on this paint thinner.
Always been there when we've needed each other. Now, look, this is important to Rose, and I think we need to stand behind her. I mean, you're taking away a part of her home. Granted, it's the cradle of idiocy.
I have a frog bear.
I see what you mean.
You know, you can learn a lot about a man just by the way he holds you in his arms. Whether he's kind, sensitive, caring.
He dipped you, didn't he?
All evening. Maybe subconsciously you were trying to block my marriage because you like me living here.
Okay.
And Sophia, maybe you wanted to tell me about Miles and Dorothy kissing because you're just a mean old woman like the paper boy said.
Girls, this time I think we have really hit the jackpot.
Oh, me too. This wedding consultant business is the smartest thing we've ever done.
I don't know. I'm a little nervous about tomorrow. I've never cooked for 300 people.
Please, in Sicily, we did it all the time. And we didn't have the modern conveniences you have today.
As down the elephants as my dad. Anyway, I was lost and scared. But then I did what generations before me had done. I gazed up into that dark night sky and found the bright star that could guide me home.
The North Star.
Actually, it was the Texaco star.
Well, it's volume 7 of the encyclopedia.
My mother talked me into getting her the new Stephen King.
Well, we do have the one that came out last Tuesday.
Well, as long as it's not about some little creature who finds new and inventive ways of terrorizing. What? She let me buy the tickets!
It was that easy just because you said how much you wanted to see Frank Sinatra?
Yeah, that, and that I only had 3 weeks to live.
Dorothy!
These are desperate times, Rose.
Boy, I'll say. Today, when I went to the dean's
I
office...
got tickets.
You know my motto, today could be the last day of the rest of your life.
Sophia, I'll bet with a few tips from me, you can have this guy Tony in bed in no time.
That's good, because that's exactly how much time we have.
Yeah, my mother does not.
In Sicily, we never went to the doctor. We went to the widow Caravelli. Whatever you had, she had a cure. She was best known for this green salve she used to make to treat ear infections. One day, she gave a batch to Salvador, the village idiot.
Exception, and I won't take no for an answer.
Oh, yeah? Take this for an answer.
Ma!
All right, Cheswick. You rented the monkey suit, you might as well get your money's worth. But if anybody cute asks me to dance, make yourself scarce.
Once I have you in my arms on that dance.
As to the jockey's lounge, but you don't want to date a jockey. The sex is over too fast, and afterwards, the only nice thing they have to say to you is, good girl, good girl. Sophia, I've decided to...
Questions on the blackboard in the kitchen.
Ow, my tooth!
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Stay away from the fruit on the table. It's wax.
Hi, Ma.
Oh, Dorothy, I didn't know you were coming over. Did you bring the kids?
No, actually, I wanted a chance to talk to you alone.
Sal, Dorothy's here.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
I guess we'll have to cancel.
Oh, no, we can't cancel. Oh, Frank, first grade is when kids take an interest in reading. Why can't we recast it with adults?
Where are we going to find an adult with the childlike naivete to play Henny Penny?
Driving until we've gone over all the rules in the driving manual.
What's to go over?
How much distance should there be between you and a fire hydrant?
What am I, a poodle? Oh, morning, girls.
Morning. Hey, what got you two up and out so early?
Things in her mouth. Sometimes baying at the moon. Now her dying scares me. But there's a good part to being scared. You get to know who your friends are. They're the ones who help you not be scared. Maybe that's what Aunt Gretchen was trying to...
You an apology. I was angry at the world because I couldn't see it anymore. That's why I wanted you to take care of me. I didn't think it was worth the effort to do it myself. But you didn't give me any other choice. So I went back to that school. Once I got out there and...
Honey, where is he? Where's your doctor?
Dennis is at a seminar. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I can't find my culottes.
Grandma, you look sensational.
Oh. Relax, relax. You're already in the will.
Before anyone does anything, that is the most insensitive thing I have ever heard.
P.S. Sorry I missed your birthday. Happy 68th.
It doesn't say that.
I know, I made that part up.
Ma, why are you always trying to aggravate everyone?
To relax.
You couldn't eat. And without eating, you wouldn't be able to go on a diet. And if you couldn't do that, what will you do for the rest of your life? Was I harsh?
Why is there an R on some of our coffee cups?
R for regular, blank one's a decaf.
I don't believe you.
Look, I know intellectually there's no way I can catch it. But now that it's so close to home, it's scary.
Well, Sophia, I'm afraid you're just gonna have to get over that. Dorothy, you think Bert's gonna like this dress?
Oh, yeah. That plunging neckline will really show off his chest hair.
No, the last time I wore this dress was at the 1972 presidential inauguration. I ended the evening dancing in the arms of the president. And the next morning I woke...
By the way, how big are you gonna get?
Good night, Ma.
Finally, where have you been? I got away as soon as I...
Blanche Devereaux? Yes, that Blanche Devereaux. And no, I did not. Absolutely not. I will tell it to a judge. I will yell it from the highest mountaintops. I will swear to it on a stack of Bibles. Now, did that sound like a liar?
No. It sounded like Jim and Tammy Faye on Nightline. This past week without him has just been miserable.
Well, at least you have the comfort of knowing you did the right thing.
Then why do I feel so rotten?
Dorothy, he's married. You have to forget
I
him.
can't just forget him.
Rose, come on. None of us is a schoolgirl anymore. Although, quite frankly, I am sometimes mistaken for one.
Oh, please, Gladys.
No, I know what you meant, Dorothy. You mean the reason we can't sleep is because we're feeling guilty about profiting from Jasper de Kimmel's impending death.
I feel creepy every time I think of it.
I took it from your purse.
Oh, Sophia, you know what the Bible says. Thou shalt not steal.
Hey, she got one.
Please, no jokes.
Hey, Pussycat, we all deal with this in our own way. Some people make nervous little jokes. Some 84 doesn't have a hair on his head or a real tooth in his mouth, and his body's covered with liver spots. To answer your question, he's adorable.
Look at the great costume I got for the masquerade ball. I can't decide whether to be the front end or the rear end.
The artwork of Adolf Hitler.
The minute we saw it, we knew it was for you.
Thank you so much, Stanley. I'm going to put it right here on the coffee table.
It's from Dorothy, too.
If I had to thank her, I'd choke on the words.
Please risk it.
Hey, kissing. Hello. Dorothy, Miles, lips aflame, they were kissing.
And?
And she's pregnant with his love child. What do you mean, and? Isn't that enough? Aren't you shocked?
Well, not really. I saw them kiss.
What happened?
They shot my balls.
Thank God, I hated that thing.
What are you doing shooting? Are you crazy? I heard a noise. I thought it was the robbers.
I managed to live 81 years. I survived pneumonia, 2 operations, a stroke. One night I'll belt.
Not a Yankee hands. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh?
Sometimes all night. I've heard her.
My point is, I am made up of many ingredients, but perhaps that is what gives me my uniquely American flavor.
I mean, he must really think we're stupid.
Really stupid? How could we possibly need 3 dozen spud gaskets?
Wait, spud gaskets?
That's what goes on the end of a hose bib. We couldn't need more than a dozen at most.
Rose, how do you know about this?
Oh, I know a lot about plumbing.
It was a pleasure meeting you all.
Good night. Well, I guess that solves the mystery.
I'll say, who would have thought Blanche would date somebody that long in the tooth?
I thought his teeth were nice. What I couldn't believe was how old he was.
You know, sometimes I really cannot believe my ears.
I for Rose. Oh, thank you, God.
Oh, no, Rose, you can't pick yourself.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so hard to shop for.
Rose, you buy for
Blanche. Okay, thanks, Dorothy. This really...
For you to come out of your room, I didn't say it was all right for you to talk to me.
You know, I'm kind of an expert in basketball. I mean, that's one of the interesting things about me.
Please, you've lived here for 2 months. There's nothing interesting about you.
No, I mean it. Ask me anything.
All right? When the hell are you moving out?
You kill me.
Jimmy. Jimmy, I just want to make sure that you're okay. Do I have to play hardball? David Dellinger.
Activities. And I better call Simon and cancel our date for tonight. You know, I'm really starting to care about him, and I wouldn't want him worrying about my recording his performance. You know how fragile men's egos are. One little thing like screaming out the wrong name, and they go all to pieces.
Back and died. Oh, Mrs. Beatty, I'm so very, very sorry.
Well, you must have the wrong Al. You've been sleeping with someone else's Al. My Al is as healthy as a horse. It can't be him. Al Beatty from Boca Raton?
Yes.
And again? And again?
Sophia, I still cannot believe you talked us into that.
Please, you three looked gorgeous.
Can't believe one stupid mistake on my part could undo all of that.
Oh, believe it. It was one hell of a stupid mistake.
Well, was I the first guy to ever go through a midlife crisis and react that way?
Probably not. But you were the first one I was married to.
Dorothy, hear me out. I know what you're thinking.
What happened, Ida? I didn't know. Nobody told me that it cost money to get old. I just figured that was one thing you'd get for free. It isn't. The home costs money. The doctors cost money. Medicine costs...
3 different suitors beg her to stay, but she can't decide who to choose, so she chooses none of them. But she agrees to meet with them at the same resort many years later. To her trio of suitors, that eventful gathering was referred to as Rendezvous with Sophia.
Right. Get out of our lives and get out of our town right now.
It's been so long. Boy, you look... It's been so long.
I know, and you look exactly the way you did at our high school graduation. Of course, rumors were that you were 3 months pregnant.
You couldn't slip through your fingers now if you used a shoehorn.
Oh, my God.
Blanche?
Ham Lushbow. Just look at you.
What else can we look at? Pussycat, I've been working on some jokes for your act. Why did Rose throw the alarm clock out of the window?
I don't know, Ma. Why?
Because she's a moron.
Would you please bring them in here?
Sure, Mrs. Devereaux.
Thank you.
Hi, Ma. Where you going?
Down to the boardwalk. I like to sit and watch the old guys rearrange themselves when they come out of the war. Where are you going?
I'm off to the rummage sale. Would you like a ride? Rose, this stinks.
What is the truth?
Honey, sometimes you have to stretch the truth.
Well, of course you do. Now, let's see. Graduated top of your class. Intensive postgraduate study. 32 years with the same employer.
Unfortunately, when he got to Duluth, he took a left instead of a right, and he wound up back in St. Olaf. That's how he got his nickname, Wrong Way Geflückenflocken.
Rose, how is this a story about faith?
Well, when he got back, it was the dead of winter. Tired.
I just can't believe how much my life has changed these past 6 hours. George is back. He wants to get together. I don't know what to do.
Oh, pick Lyle. Pick Lyle. Oh, that's Dorothy's problem, isn't it?
This Rose Bob Hope thing reminds me of a similar situation back in my village. Florence Pontevecchio used to fantasize that Alberto Bolognese was her brother.
Who was Alberto Bolognese?
He was the bootmaker in the village.
So what's so special about that?
Did I say it was special? I said it was similar.
Welcome, baby!
Hi, Dorothy. People from all over the county would drive up to Twin Oaks. That's the name of our house. To ask Big Daddy's advice on one thing or the other. And while the men were discussing business on the veranda, the ladies would retire to the shade of an old magnolia to sip mint juleps and exchange prize-winning pecans.
Like the night hostess at Denny's.
How did the interview go?
Oh, fantastic! Is Aunt Blanche here? I want to tell her all about it. And that I won't be home for dinner tonight.
Oh, your gorgeous doctor taking you for another midnight cruise?
Oh, no. Tonight I'm going out with Michael.
Oh, Michael isn't the doctor.
No, Michael's from the university. He's the one who interviewed me. Oh,
To Blanche.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Good morning, girls.
Good morning, Blanche. Rose opened your letter.
Blanche, I didn't.
Oh, it's no problem, honey. It's just another one of those letters from Meryl. I would read it to you anyway. They're not personal.
Not personal. Might be Phil Rizzuto's. Notice the phrase, holy cow, creeping into her conversation.
Oh, Dorothy, you have nothing to worry about.
Oh, Blanche, of course I do. I am confronting the possibility that the woman I have lived with and known...
Oh, good to see you. Look just wonderful. Oh, so do you. Come on in and meet my friends. This is...
Wait, let me. She's attractive, witty, and great fun to be with. This must be Dorothy. And she's smart, sexy, and stylish to a fault. This must be Blanche. Did I get it right?
I'm almost sure that I don't have to ask this, but you are aware that toilet water comes in a bottle.
Here, all cat food.
Oh, Rose, have you been feeding those strays again?
I can't help it, Dorothy. I heard them howling and moaning all night. How do you ignore something like that?
I'm getting used to it.
Call me.
Poker buddy.
You know, I don't think this dinner was such a good idea.
Now, Rose, please don't leap to conclusions.
I'm sorry, John, but I think I'll just catch a cab.
Rose, you're hurting my feelings. Believe me, this is not...
Very special person. And that's why on all your programs it says that the guest celebrity for tonight's show is
Presto!
Bob Hope! Have to elope after all.
What did you say, Rose?
Elope? Oh, no, I promised I wouldn't tell.
Rose.
All right, I ran into them when they were leaving. They were heading for the all-night wedding chapel on Pompano Drive.
I know exactly where it is.
I'm right behind you.
Sisters, come on. Come on. Inhaling this vapor rub. Dorothy, I have been waiting for Larry to ask me out ever since our eyes first met at Dell's Route 1 Chevron. And I climbed up on the hood of his LeBaron and wrote my phone number on his windshield with the heel.
This has gone far enough. Rose, Honey, I want to talk to you.
Now, don't bother Rose. She's busy.
Oh, it's okay. I was just thumbing through the old family album. Here's a picture of Baby when he was young.
About a guest room.
Look, if we don't start seeing results, you are out of here.
Do you know how hard it is to find a good contractor?
Yes, and you're living proof.
Ernie, she didn't mean.
Honey, what happened, you poor darling?
I went to the police station today to get an update on my case. I borrowed your pocket hairspray. I took it from your dressing table. You know what this humidity does to my hair.
I know. Cotton candy.
Well, just as I entered the police station, I saw there was this cute officer there who's...
See, wedding. Although we are registered at Neiman Marcus.
Well, you have pulled some stunts in your day, Clayton Hollingsworth, but this takes the cake. I cannot believe what I just heard. I refuse to have any part of this.
Oh, Blanche.
Oh.
Blanche!
Dance floor is out too unless she can find a new partner within the next minute.
Oh, yeah? Excuse me, sir. Listen, would you consider dumping your partner and dancing with me? Huh? Listen, oh, sir, excuse me. Would you consider it
Awful. I'm also burning the crud off the sink stopper. Try the other pot.
Hello, darling. Listen.
Dutch Schultz, Al Capone.
Rocco, are you saying that you were in the mob?
I ran Detroit.
The marathon. He ran the Detroit Marathon. Come on, we're in the middle of a hand. Four of a kind. Beat that.
Straight flush. Pay me, honey.
I think you're probably looking for Dr. Rosenzweig. But if you ever want a discount on life insurance, call me.
Oh, boy, do I need a cup of coffee.
What's the matter?
Oh, this whole Lillian thing. The woman would... I think I'll watch TV in my room.
Before you go, call this number.
What is it?
A phone number. I met him at the supermarket. He asked me to squeeze a melon for him. He's missing a few fingers, but everything else seemed to be intact. You know, there's an old Italian saying for times like this. Scappa, tu si malfortuna.
What does that mean?
Get away from me, you're bad luck.
Blanche, I need to talk to you privately.
Okay.
There's this person, someone I've known for quite a while, and lately there seems to be this attraction.
Know who he is, Blanche. Santa, how could you?
Rose, this is Ed Kleckner. He's working part-time over at the mall. He's on his break.
Santa is never off duty, mister. As long as you're in that uniform, the only thing that better be on your mind is giving people what they want for Christmas. There is one thing I think you should both do right away. Inform the police.
Oh, forget it.
The reason these confidence men don't get caught is because people are embarrassed to come forward and admit they were conned.
I'm sorry, Rose, I just can't.
Well, perhaps this little story might make you change your mind.
Welcome, Blanche Devereaux. Our next two contestants are brothers from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Blanche, that entire introduction was nothing but lies.
I know, and I just loved it. Did you hear that applause?
Is that all you care about, money and applause?
And sex.
For I might not.
Rose, honey. You know you were not responsible for Al's death, so why don't you just go on? Have a good time, and whatever happens, happens.
I know Al had bad arteries, but still, I can't be totally sure.
Come on now, Rose, you do what makes you comfortable, and don't worry.
I vote no.
Well, I agree with Ma. I mean, why should we get involved in something that might be dangerous?
Dorothy, if it was going to be dangerous, they wouldn't let us get involved.
Blanche has a point. And besides, if anything happens, we've got the police right here with us.
Mitch Devereaux, Rosen Island.
Pleasure to meet you.
Sit down, sit down.
Well, Barbara, Dorothy tells us you're an author.
No, I'm just a writer. Malamud's an author.
I thought Malamudes were chocolate cookies with marshmallows. When we sat down to our meal, Nick ordered a whiskey neat and a shrimp cocktail, which was positively uncanny because Miles always began his meal with a whiskey neat and a shrimp cocktail.
You haven't had much experience with the uncanny, have you, Rose?
Oh, Rose, I thought I heard your voice.
What?
Well, unless you mind. Oh, I guess I should have asked you first. I can just call him and cancel.
Oh, Blanche, don't be ridiculous. I mean, why should I object?
Well, he was your husband, Dorothy.
Was. We're divorced, remember? He left me for a woman half Blanche's age. Ma, Stan gave me an engagement ring.
I see. Excuse me. Sicilian.
What did you serve?
Eels.
Eels?
Yeah, it's true. Eels are a traditional part of a Sicilian Christmas.
Of course, after Christmas, it's eel croquettes, eel hash, eel tetrazzini.
I sure miss a traditional St. Olaf Christmas.
Excuse me.
I never thought I'd ever be saying this in my wildest dreams. And you know just how wild they can get. What I'm trying to tell you, Simon, the last time we made love was the last time. Guess it's just lucky that we took those snapshots.
We are over. There is nothing wrong with my relationship with Eddie, and if my mother can't buy it, I am very sorry. It is her problem.
Oh, just getting in? Listen, if you three are just going to use this place days, would you mind if I got one of those medical emergency beepers? I'd feel terrible if you came home one morning and found me on the doorstep instead of the Miami Herald. Hurricane supplies coming through.
What makes you so certain about the storm, Sophia?
Because I'm old. I know. I've seen everything twice. Except Bonfire of the Vanities. Woof.
Ma, listen.
Oh, thank God this mess is over. I couldn't see a thing through this crap.
Well, I'm all packed and ready to go.
Good. I'll have your lunch done in a minute.